Sonic.
What the heck?
There is a lot more universes out there.
I'm a bouncy cat. Froggy.
It looks like we're on the verge of the Sonic cinematic universe fully bursting open. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 was peak cinema, Sonic Movie 4 is already on the way, but perhaps most interestingly, every single week there's a new report that Paramount is looking to greenlight even more spin-offs in this movie universe. Now, 2 years ago here on SLUURP, we actually made a video pitching the spin-offs we wanted to see in the Sonicverse, and yeah, maybe we were just ahead of the curve, but honestly, that video doesn't really hold up anymore. Because Sonic Movie 3 changed everything. Shadow the Hedgehog, Amy Rose, a metal friggin' Sonic army. They actually explored the canon, they went deeper into the lore, and perhaps most importantly, I didn't write that video. So yeah, there's no better time than now for me to step into the writer's room. That's right, I'm back. They really need to change the locks. I'm strutting down the hallway at Paramount HQ and I've got 5 brand new pitches for spin-offs, prequels and sequels that could expand the Sonic movieverse like never before. I'm Connor for SLUURP and these are 5 pitches for Sonic Cinematic Universe spin-offs. Number 5. Knuckles Season 2. Okay, let's get this one out of the way, because yeah, Knuckles Season 2 kinda makes the most sense, given that the first season was such a hit. In its premiere alone, Knuckles became the most watched Paramount Plus original ever, and the service's biggest family title to date. Over 4 million hours streamed, so yeah, they're probably already wanting to print some more bowling merch. And according to scoopers, especially our friend Daniel RPK, who I do put a lot of stock into, Season 2 is being discussed, and it might even introduce Team Chaotix. That's right, Vector, SBO Charmy, the full detective agency. Now if you follow the channel, you already know that I pitched this exact idea months ago. Move away from the bowling alley sitcom vibes and dig deeper, much deeper into the Sonic lore and bring in Team Chaotix. I was all in on that. But now I gotta be honest, I am side-eyeing this just a little, because one of the biggest criticisms for Season 1 was how often Knuckles wasn't even in his own show, and that's not just bad writing, that's likely a budget thing. Fully CGI characters are expensive, time-consuming, and Paramount clearly had to get creative to stretch what they had. So now we're talking about adding 3 more fully animated non-human characters, each with their own designs, personalities, and action sequences? I don't know, that's a big swing for a series that was already struggling to keep its lead on screen. Now don't get me wrong, I would love to see Team Chaotix, but I'm not 100% sold that Paramount's actually willing to spend the money to do it right. So here's the compromise. What if they bring in Rouge the Bat? I mean, look at the canon, she's got ties to Knuckles and Shadows, ties to G.U.N, she's played a major role in Sonic X and other extended Sonic media, and from a production standpoint, one CGI heavy character is a lot more achievable than 3 brand new ones. If Season 2 really wants to evolve, build hype, and still work on a streaming budget, a Rouge vs Knuckles setup could be killer. So yeah, Knuckles Season 2, totally viable, but please, for the love of chaos, make it less the Wade Whipple show. Number 4. Team Chaotix. Wait, didn't I just say that animating 3 fully CGI characters for a whole series is probably undoable? Yes. Yes, I did. But does that mean I don't want it? No. No, it doesn't. Because Team Chaotix might not have mass appeal, but if any trio is perfect for a weird standalone Sonic spin-off, it's them. Now, as mentioned, there are rumours that Paramount is planning something with them, maybe even introducing them in Knuckles Season 2, but honestly, I do kind of feel like the Knuckles show has somewhat of a stench attached to it, and that's coming from someone who thought the show was fine. So here's my pitch. Give them the Guardians of the Galaxy treatment. In wrestling terms, give them a push into the spotlight and see if they can survive in the main event. Picture this: Detective Vector, Tech Genius Charmy, and the Stealth King Espio running a barely functioning private investigation agency. It's a Sonic Universe detective show for kids. But here's the twist: they're not just solving random crimes, they're investigating unsolved plot points from the Sonic movies. What's G.U.N really up to? Because I don't trust them. What happened to Robotnik's body after Sonic 2? How did Shadow escape Prison Island at the start of Sonic 3? But my personal favourite to focus on for an episode? You remember this dude, right? Do an entire episode dedicated to Crazy Carl. Yes, that guy with the Sonic drawing. Give him a whole X-Files style episode with Chaotix following him around as he tries to unravel the mystery of the Blue Devil. Throw in some paranormal parodies, it would be iconic, man. Now, the budget. Yeah, we're back here. Would Paramount spend the money to do this live action with 3 fully CGI characters? Probably not. But here's a solution. Make it fully animated. Either go with a slightly cheaper, stylized look like that Sonic Movie 2 short film had that they released, or do what Marvel and Star Wars do and do a fully animated spin-off. Same universe, same canon, just lower cost. Sell it as Sonic's X-Files for kids and boom, you've got gold. Number 3. Shadow the Hedgehog. Okay, if we're talking about the most wanted spin-offs, let's stop pretending. Shadow wins every time. When we put a poll out across SLUURP's social medias asking what spin-offs fans wanted the most, it wasn't even close. Shadow the Hedgehog obliterated the competition. I mean, just look at what the fans had to say. And honestly, they're right. Shadow's not just a side character, he's lead material. This wouldn't be a streaming series. Oh no. This would be the first actual Sonicverse movie to focus on someone else other than Sonic. And because of that, it absolutely deserves the theatrical treatment. Now, I'm not going to rehash every single theory and leak we've covered, because yeah, we've kind of gone deep into this a couple of times already here on the channel. I mean, if you haven't seen it, we already dropped the Shadow the Hedgehog concept trailer right here on the channel, and it goes hard. Lost in a dying world, Shadow the Hedgehog awakens to a past he doesn't remember and a future he never chose. Hunted by a relentless E123 Omega, pursued by a cunning treasure hunter Rouge the Bat, and haunted by an ancient force that claims to share his blood, Shadow must uncover the truth behind this desolate planet and his own origins. Oh yes, it's juicy. But if you're wondering about the development, studio plans, leaks, or behind the scenes tea, we've also got a full breakdown on that too in our Shadow the Hedgehog first look episode, covering everything from scooper reports to director teases. So if you want the full Shadow the Hedgehog movie rundown, links are down below, you already know. But yeah, Shadow's the one. The only character big enough, iconic enough, and fan demanded enough to go toe to toe with Sonic in his own movie. And honestly, that's not a spin-off, that's a damn event movie. Number 2, Tails, the series. Alright, I've got to admit something. I consider myself a pretty on-the-ground reporter when it comes to the Sonic fandom, but even I was caught off guard by the recent wave of support for the Tails spin-off series. Like, when did this become a thing? I mean, all of a sudden it feels like Tails has become the people's champion, with fans across the board pitching ideas, sharing posters, and calling for his time in the spotlight. And the more I look at it, the more I realise this push didn't actually come out of nowhere. Across forums and comment sections, the reasoning is pretty consistent. Tails is the only core Sonic Cinematic Universe character who hasn't had his backstory explored. Sonic explored, Knuckles explored, Shadow, yeah, he just made his debut in Sonic Movie 3, and it already feels like he's been through more than Tails ever has. So now the fandom's looking at the lovable two-tailed fox and going, hold on, where did he come from? What's his homeworld like? When did he start building tech? And why is he the way he is? But this campaign isn't just fans asking questions. No. There's also the push through fan art, the logos, the posters, some of them gorgeous, some of them, oh god, less so. Oh, fantastic. fantastic, thank you very much. You just burnt my retinas. But the buzz isn't just coming from the fandom, no. Colleen O'Shaughnessy, voice of Tails herself, has publicly said that she would love to lead a solo project. That's the kind of signal boost that just adds fuel to the fire. Here's the thing, I like Tails, I do, but he's always worked so well as a supporting character. The sidekick, the brainiac, the loyal friend, and usually when studios try to spin off those characters into the lead, it can get a little dicey. Finding Dory. But the fandom started pitching this idea, and I got to admit, it's growing on me. A prequel series about a young Tails, a kid born with two tails, bullied and isolated on his home world, treated like a freak, a quiet genius who finds comfort in machines because they're logical, safe, unlike people. Give that story some heart, let it be gentle, emotional, tech-driven, and maybe a little retro sci-fi in its aesthetic. Damn, I like this. You got me. Tails deserves his moment, he's earned it. But let's be honest, this is absolutely a series. Like, no shade, but we all know he's not a headline in theatrical release. Right? Number 1. Amy Rose, the prequel series. Okay, so I needed a project to round out this list, and honestly, at this point, it could only be Amy Rose. She's really the only major character left who's already been introduced, even if it was just a post-credit scene in Sonic Movie 3. But still, she's here, so let's talk about it. Now, I'm gonna be real with you. Pitching an Amy Rose prequel is tricky because we genuinely don't know what direction Paramount is taking her yet. So that makes it hard to guess what this show would look like, or when it would even make sense to drop it. Originally, I was going to pitch this as a series that comes out before Sonic Movie 4, something that explains who Amy is, what she's been up to, and how she knew about the Metal Sonic army from the post-credit scene. But the more I thought about it, the less sense that made, because that stuff, that's Sonic Movie 4's job. You can't expect audiences to go into a movie meeting Amy Rose for the first time and be confused because they didn't watch a prequel show on Paramount Plus. If anything, it just hurts Amy as a character. So let's flip it. Let's say Sonic Movie 4 does give her a proper introduction. Let's say it leans into the rumoured time travel plot, and Amy's somehow tied into that. Now, this is full SLUURP speculation territory here, but what if Amy Rose is the one who knows about the time loops? What if she's been living through a future ruled by the Metal Sonic army? Fighting in the shadows, trying to fix a broken timeline. In concept trailers here on the channel, we imagined Amy as a kind of Carl Reese style resistance fighter coming back in time to protect Sonic from a future he hasn't seen yet. That works, that's cool, and it's got spin-off potential, because even if Sonic 4 does set that up, it's not going to be able to explore it. Well, not in detail anyway. You've only got 2 hours, you can't spend half of that on Amy's trauma and backstory, and still do Chaos Emeralds and multiverse madness. That's where this show comes in. Drop it a few months after the movie while Amy hype is still high, and let it expand her world. Show us her time in the Resistance. But still, what is tough about this pitch is when you think of Amy Rose, you usually picture something very specific. Femininity, romance, positivity, pink tones, heart motifs, flowers galore. And what I'm pitching is basically a Terminator style origin story set in a Metal Sonic ruled apocalypse. But could that actually work? You could drop Amy, this bright, emotional, unapologetically feminine force, into a hopeless, grey wasteland, and have that contrast be the point. I think you could do it. In fact, I think this might be how you get a lot of comedy out of the series. She's smashing robot scouts while telling herself, smile, swing, survive. She paints little love hearts and fallen Metal Sonic drones to keep track of her kill count. To others, it's slightly disturbing. To her, it's grounding, it's therapy. Think about how DC uses Harley Quinn a lot of the time, or Bubbles from the Powerpuff Girls, or Unikitty from the Lego Movie. This isn't about making Amy edgy, it's more about showing that femininity isn't fragile, it's resilient. And yeah, some fans are already worried that Paramount might strip away the core of who Amy, that they'll modernize her to get her away from the obsessive fangirl mode. But this version, it avoids all that. It doesn't turn her into a girl boss, it doesn't mock her softness, it preserves, celebrates and amplifies Amy's femininity and shows it's the thing that helps her survive. Oh, and if we're doing this, we're introducing Big Cheese and Chow. I mean, if the budget allows for that. God damn it, Paramount! So there you have it, 5 spin-off ideas that can make or break the Sonic cinematic universe. Did I fix the franchise or did I destroy it? Only the comment section can truly decide. Head down there now and tell me which spin-off you most want to see and why. And hey, if I didn't include your dream pick, even better. Go down there and tell me what spin-off you want to see. Yes, Silver the Hedgehog pitches are getting an automatic heart. And if you made it this far, make sure you hit that subscribe button because Slurp is the ultimate spot for speculative content. If you're not ready to jump off the Sonic movieverse hype train yet, you're in the right place. I'm kind of a Slurp, and if none of these get made, I'll start working on a follow-up video with a renewed push for Ugly Sonic, Uglier Crimes. I'll catch you in the next one.
Can I tell you something? I never thought I'd actually see you here.
What is this place?
Oh, you really don't know, do you? Poor thing. Welcome home, Shadow.
Why should I believe you?